If you seek me, you shall find me. Seek the Lord while he is to be found, while he is near. How do we do that? By learning to be alert, learning to be conscious, to be aware. I certainly find that part of the difficulty of living life in the fast lane is that I often do things 2 or 3 at a time. Being a woman, I'm a multitasker. I think that goes for professional life for many of us. But it's when that happens in our conscious life, when we are living life at a kind of semi-conscious or half-conscious mode, that we're in trouble. One of the things that Lent invites us to as a period of preparation for Easter is to enter more deeply, not only into the life of Jesus, but by doing that, enter more deeply into our own life. Enter more deeply into a life where the scriptures call to us, the scriptures speak to us. In a number of the encounters that Jesus has, when somebody wants something from him, usually it's a healing story, he says, and he repeats it often in the Gospels, "What do you want? What do you want me to do for you?" And then people tell him. I think the challenge to some of us is that if Jesus were to say that to us, "What do you want?" we wouldn't be sure what to say. Because for some of us, it's difficult to know what we want, what we really, really want, as the song says. For us to find our deepest desires, that requires of us to be aware of how life is panning out on a day-to-day basis. One of the most precious things that Ignatius gave us as part of his spiritual heritage was a practice called the examen. Some of you may be very familiar with it. For some of you, it may be something you've heard about but never really thought was important. I like to call it the prayer of awareness, the prayer of consciousness. It's a way of praying that helps us to plug in a more focused way to what's going on in us and around us on a day-by-day basis. Just a little advert here. There is a fabulous free app called Reimagining the Examen, which is spelled E-X-A-M-E-N. It's by a Jesuit called Mark Thibodeau. You can buy it as a book, but you can get it free on your telephone. And I have to say, I find it so helpful at the end of a day or during a lull in a day, maybe on a bus journey or going for a walk, just to use the app, because it takes you through about a 10-minute period of reflection at the end of each day. The first thing it does is ask God for light. It asks for the grace to see ourselves as God sees us. To see ourselves not with the self-critical eye of, where did I goof today? Where did I go wrong today? It's not a form of self-appraisal. It's asking us to ask God for the grace to see life as God sees it.